Hi everybody, it's Carla. I just wanted to show you a quick little video of my little beverage station and my pantry. Now, if you've watched me for a while, you know we live in a over 100-year-old mining house. It was actually at the Gorgas steam plant or in the coal fields or something down here in Alabama. And my husband's grandmother bought it back in the 50s for like $1,500 and had to have it moved many miles to get it to a location down the street from us next to her son. And then when she passed, it went to his daughter. And then when my in-laws moved down in the 70s, they bought it from them and moved it to where it sits now. But this house has hardly any kind of closet space. It's laid out very haphazardly, because I guess at the time when miners lived in it, 2 or 3 families would live and they were gone most of the time, and they just kind of shared communally, and they had to make the most of the space. So there's really not any space in this place. So what I did was, right by my refrigerator, there's the fridge, I just set up a little wooden table, and then this was a little bookshelf that I put on it. And at the bottom is the coffee and creamer things. The middle is the teas. And if you notice, it's a little small aquarium that I got it while I was thrifting, and I repurposed it to where I could put my teas in there and I could see them easily. And then on the top is a little, if you remember back in the old disc, it's a disc container that was at the thrift store too. I bought that. I originally had some teas in that, but now it's got hot chocolate and marshmallows, an extra box of hot chocolate, and then the little additives that you put in your bottled water. And then it's got a couple little decorations there. Then I'll show you my little pantry. It's also where our hot water heater sits. And there's a tiny window in here, so most of the time you can see in here, but at night it's got the old-timey light bulb up there with a string. You can see how it goes on. So it's a cute little pantry. When we moved down here, it just had a curtain hanging over it, and it didn't have any usable space. It was just trashed, and nobody had lived in it for probably a good 10, 12 years. So I ended up painting shelves, and I put my some of my kitchen utensils or appliances up here. I've got cookbooks. I've got one little part of the case that's cookbooks. They built these little odd things, and I don't know, they're too small to put all your big spices, but they're a good place to put little odds and ends, cookbooks and leaflets and such. Down here is the baking soda, baking powder, vanilla, and just some odds and ends that I have. It's an old ashtray. I was going to turn it into a what do you call that? One of those burners that you can burn incense, but I haven't found any incense that I like yet to use that for, but that's what that is. That's a thrifted item. A little dipping crock pot, a hot pot just for heating water or soups or something. Just a little sandwich maker. This was a thrifted item. It was brand new. It was down here at America's Thrift. It was a Paula Deen lasagna dish. Originally it was like $29, and it was on sale for $5. So it was still had the packaging and the recipes and such in it. Popcorn maker. My husband's thermal thing for in the wintertime when he carries chili and such. I've got to go grocery shopping tomorrow or Monday. So I just wanted to show you, the shelves are kind of bare. I got a steamer basket. It was brand new. This was also at the thrift store, so I've not used it yet. And I kept the booklet to tell me how to do when I'm doing a steamer and rice cooker. Never used one like that before. And it's just got some pesto and Alfredo sauce and some soups. And then we always go to Big Lots because they mark down with a good month or 2 left on the shelf life. And but they marked down potato chips and things, and these were like 67 cents. So they're spicy salsa tortilla chips. My husband got me a veggie pasta thing that you twist, I guess, and make little zucchini ribbons and carrot ribbons and such. I haven't done that yet. This was some of my haul from Christmas time. Cherry pie filling and the turkey gravy. And just some soups. I love Aldi's. We got one in here in our town this just a few months ago, and we shop there a lot. And they carry a German section, European section, and we got some German bean soup we haven't tried yet, but we're looking forward to it. I always store my popcorn in, recycled jars, and yeah, and if I have some, dry popcorn out of a bag, I just mix it in there so I get like some white and yellow popcorn at the same time. And then these are all my boxed mixes of things, stuffing and pasta and taco shells and such. These were a couple of dessert things that they had at Dollar Tree a couple weeks ago. I've seen them again since, but they're the perfect size chocolate dream pie by Duncan Hines. Here I've got like my jellos and some dried pasta and things. Up here I've got cookie mixes and yeast. This stays pretty dark in here, so it's a good place to store dry food. Same thing over here, Jiffy corn mix. And then I've got a spare food processor. I've got arthritis in my hands, so I always keep a food processor around. I have a good big one, and then this is like an old thrifted spare one, but it helps me cut up foods and such. Here's my little crock pot things. I have a toaster oven if I want to pull it out and use it. My husband likes to drink Powerade when he's having to work outside. And yeah, and then I've just got some neat cookbooks. Famous Greek recipes. I've got some Italian cookbooks up here. I got a lot of crock pot cookbooks. I got an old, these are almost all thrifted. I got a few that are gifts from my kids, but most are thrifted. Nancy Drew cookbook, which I think is kind of cool. Toaster oven cooking. Taste of Home. I used to love to get that magazine years ago. And then these are some Taste of Home cookbooks my son got me. Michelle Ervater's Monday through Friday cooking. I got 2 of her books. I love those. Busy Families. And then I love Melissa the Arabian from Food Network. And she's got $10 dinners. 5 ingredient cookbook, another one from Taste of Home. And then Kathy Cooks Naturally. She's a lady from Hawaii. Back in the 70s, Kathy Hoshijo. And she cooks vegetarian, so a lot of simple recipes in there. A mannequin and a plan. I thought that was kind of cool. It's just if you got a few ingredients, you can still make a good meal. Another crock pot. I like that Starving Student cookbook. I have a GT Express 101, so I kept all the little recipes that came with that. I also, if I go in a grocery store, I think this was Kroger's, I got game day recipes for Super Bowl. And I haven't used all these, but I like to keep them. I read cookbooks like some people read novels. I can just sit and read page after page after page. It's just super interesting to me. Up there we've got energy efficient LED light bulbs. I put this was after Christmas, a cinnamon broom, and it puts out a good scent in this room. My tea kettle up there is one of those old whistling ones. Yeah, so that's just my little pantry. It's a good use of space now. Like I said, it was not usable at all before. It was just a catch-all for light bulbs and tools and junk, and it was not painted, and I painted it, and I think it looks a lot better. And oh, can't forget honey and Vienna sausage and pumpkin for breads and stuff, and salsa. Oh, and then our son, he worked with a guy that came back from Afghanistan or Iraq. He was in the service, and he gave us 3 meals ready to eat, MREs. And so my son, other youngest son, has 1, and we've got 2. Just a good spare thing, emergency in case, there's a storm or the power gets knocked out or something. You can always have a meal. And then I still had some holiday frosting left. And over here are my bouillon cubes and stuff in that plastic container. And my Romano cheese. But yeah, I just wanted to show you what my little pantry area and my little beverage area look like. And I've got a French press, a coffee grinder. I haven't bought any coffee beans, but that's also thrifted. A regular Corning ware, on the stove coffee pot. Or you could have it on a barbecue or something if your power goes out. And then a little single cup drip coffee maker there. And my teas, I've got cinnamon mint, raspberry orange lemon, black cherry, salted caramel, Christmas tea, classic blends, cinnamon black tea from Bigelow. I've got peppermint, I've got spicy pumpkin, I've got high tea, and I've got some raspberry hibiscus in the back. And then these are just odds and ends tea bags that I took out of the boxes, and it's kind of hit or miss. You're not sure what you're getting there. And then we use the 0-calorie sweet additions. I don't always add that to tea, but if it's a little strong or something, I will. And then some iced tea mix in the back, and this cute little teapot right there. And so thank you everyone for watching. And it's just a little humble kitchen. It's, like I said, it's short on space, and so I try to make do with the best I can with what I have. And most of these things are thrifted. Even this little shelf unit was thrifted. I think we got it up in Michigan when we lived there. And even the decorations are thrifted there. So thank you everyone for watching. I appreciate it. And yeah, welcome to part of my little kitchen. Okay, bye.